Okay, you can all see this?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Look. Welcome to the Taxon Concept Standard Maintenance Group meeting, or the TCS Maintenance Group meeting. I'll keep it short as well, because this is more your meeting than mine. As the Maintenance Group, we like to hear from the community. I didn't mean to click my mouse, but since you're there already, I'll tell first what a short history. Well, what we did last year. So we went to public review in early April. It was about a week before the TEDWIC working sessions last year. So the working sessions we had about the TCS were about what was up for review. The review went very smoothly. There was just a few constructive comments and errors that I've made that I could fix. And so it was sent to TEDWIC Executive for ratification in August 2025. And it was ratified on the 11th of December 2025. So it lives at what is website is https tcs.tedwic.org. I hope I don't have to put it in the chat because it's only 12 characters. So it is all by now. It's also at the beginning of this year. We also had it all ready for the rs.tedwic.org domain. So all the all the RIs for the terms linked to the documentation now. And only 2 weeks ago, we discovered that I forgot one very important thing, and that was updating the TEDWIC website, which still references TCS1 or the TCS1 user guide. And so I was going to fix that before this meeting, but then of course I only got to it yesterday, and then I thought I had to write a whole page. Didn't have time for that, so that will be next week. So if you didn't know about that TCS has been ratified, and you can see it as an early Christmas present that you never know you got. So what's up for now? So what we have to do as immediate task for the maintenance group is, well, obviously update the TEDWIC website, and the second one is modify the charter, because the current charter is very much about getting TCS into a maintainable form, and so it changes now. So now that we've actually something to maintain. Write an article for BIS. Since TCS is not a new standard, we don't really have to do it, but the changes are pretty significant, even though they're only the structure and not so much the semantics. And it is an opportunity to to let people know that TCS is there and what it's all about. I've also here talked with the Darwin Core maintenance group about the state of the Darwin Core taxon. As far as I'm concerned, nothing has to change. in the Darwin Core taxon. It's just that I have the feeling that the perception is out there that the TCS taxon concept would replace the Darwin Core taxon, which is not the case. So update the Darwin Core RDF guide. That also has to be together with the Darwin Core maintenance group, because that Darwin Core RDF guide is there. And that's because the Darwin Core RDF guide talks about taxa and says that that the Darwin Core taxon cannot be used with RDF, and that getting a usable taxon for RDF is outside the scope of the Darwin Core maintenance group. And but now, since the TCS taxon concept is there, it's there. So that's what we have done as the TCS maintenance group, pretty much. And the last one is a simple task for the, well, not simple task, a task for the task group is to promote the use of TCS and taxon concept, and that not the same thing can happen as what happened with TCS one, which didn't have a community behind it, and then and there was nobody maintaining it, and and if people want to monetize, there was no way to do it. So now we can do it, and we need to make sure that it is being used, and that we keep developing it. That is next one. That's pretty much all my slides. Next steps for Darwin Core and for roadmap. So these are just some ideas that we have. We welcome ideas from the community. So on this first page, there's the low-hanging fruits. So controlled vocabularies for taxon rank, nomenclatural code, nomenclatural status, and type of type. Those are the four TCS properties that need a controlled vocabulary. So TCS doesn't have them at the moment, and instead we recommend use of the GBIF vocabularies, but it would be good to get them into the TEDWIC ecosystem, and see these are about taxonomy. It should be a TCS, and there's some additional Darwin Core terms that do not have an IRI equivalent yet. The only one I can think of is higher classification, which is it's one that I would like to have in TCS, but we haven't put it in immediately because there was nothing like that in TCS one, and so there might be other terms. So I'm not particularly interested in having things like kingdom and phylum and class and order and family and genus in TCS, but if people have a use for them, they should feel free to propose it. I don't think that there will be too. There won't be any objections. against it because first and foremost, TCS is a vocabulary standard, so there's terms and definitions. So, as long as people can agree on a definition or an unambiguous definition, then that's the only thing that matters. Whether people can always be free to not to use the term. Another thing that we have been talking about in the past, and I think would be good, is I call a subtype between in quotes, because in Darwin Core, in that way we can't have subclasses, but yes, they subclass the taxon name. So for instance, I would like to have at least a scientific name and a vernacular name. Pretty much every property in the taxon name class applies only to scientific names, and there's a lot of other properties that are not in TCS that only apply to vernacular names. So having vernacular names in TCS, I think, basically means getting in the GBIF vernacular name extension. That looks pretty good to me. So these are the easier ones, and the more that's the wrong button. The more ambitious ones are operational circumscriptions for taxon concepts. So TCS1 had the character circumscription and specimen circumscription. They were translated as described by and circumscribed by in the Tetrac ontology. We could still have those if people wanted. We haven't put them in yet, because we were not sure if that's the best way to do things. So if we have circumscriptions, we would like them to be operational, so you can actually use them in comparing a taxon concept, or in name matching or name resolution, and that's of course very hard to do, and it's sort of like the holy grail of taxonomic data management. But we'll try to have some discussions about it. There are some quite interested initiatives out there already. So the other one is include phylogeny. I'm a systematist myself, so I think that's important. And Tetrac used to have a phylogeny interest group, which is no longer there. So I would like to contact the people who were in there if they're still interested. 2 years ago they were. And see if TCS can be used for things more phylogenetic, clades, and things like that. And if there's something that's really missing in TCS that is needed to handle phylogenetic database better, and The last one that I could think of is and we have been talking about in the past, is taxon hypotheses. That are the unite the unite ones. They are in GBIF now, so it would be good if we could also provide the semantic framework for them, which what TCS does for taxonomy and or taxonomic data, and yeah, so yeah, people work with these things. They often call them operational taxonomic units, OTUs. But yeah, that's not my definition of OTUs, and I think taxon hypotheses are full-blown taxon concepts, and yeah, but maybe yeah, we can subclass have them as a special case of a taxon as taxon concept, because they might yeah, they might have the other properties that are that have been that are used for them that might not be exactly the same as the TCS properties, but we might be able to map that to TCS properties, or there might be new TCS properties. Because, as I said before, in the end, TCS primarily is vocabulary standard. And I think that's my last slide already. Yeah. So I'm actually stopped sharing now, and I'll open the no. I just have to find you guys back. Yep. And I'd like to open the floor to people out there, other people in the meeting, and see if there's any questions, any other suggestions.
John, you have a question?
Quite a few things of interest there in your slides, especially, the kinds of things the conversations we have to have now in the Darwin Core maintenance group to sync things up. I'm super keen to get that stuff done. I'm curious about your thoughts on a much bigger topic that's not in your list, which is the relevance or need to incorporate taxon in Darwin Core data packages. I know we've had conversations about this, and the way the Darwin Core data package is now, taxon isn't included at all. And it's not because there's no interest in taxon, it's because it was a topic too big to try to incorporate, aside from the question of whether it should or not. And the reason it's too big of a topic to have addressed so far is that we have Darwin Core as it stands right now. Now we have TCS2 as well, which should solve all of the old problems of taxon in Darwin Core if we do as you were suggesting in your slides and make the reconciliations. And then we have CallDP, the Catalog of Life data package stuff, which is in the similar domain, in a way that checklists as they're called, get published to GBIF. So it seems like there isn't a consensus model exactly to use yet to even try to think about incorporating taxon into Darwin Core data package. But my bigger question is that something that should happen at all? Right now, we can easily say Darwin Core data package is limited to primary data, primary biodiversity data, and taxon is something different from that. So
Yeah, no,
is
I
that
think
reasonable or no?
I think taxon should be in there, but the Darwin Core taxon.
Mhm.
Just as a data management thing, not so much as a semantics thing, because you know, all the fields are already in there. They're just divided over. Well, mostly in what is identification, but I think material has them as well, and then maybe occurrence or organism. I don't know. But
Yeah, not
yeah,
all of taxon is in there. You're right. There's the stuff that
Ah,
helps you
some of it's in there,
build
but
or learn.
you know, not all of taxon should be in there.
Right.
You know, for real taxonomic data, you should yeah, really use TCS, I think, and CallDP is going to be TCS compliant
Mhm.
as well. Marcus is one of our co-authors.
Mhm.
At least that's the intention. It very nearly is the, you know, the more complicated schema that has the taxon and the name. It's just yeah, the identifiers are a bit of an issue, but other than that, it's yeah, with a few little tweaks. Yeah, it's already very similar.
Okay, that sounds good.
And but yeah, I just want. I'm happy to talk. Yeah, about include whether or not to include taxon in the Darwin Core data package. So whether or not to have it, but it's definitely a discussion we need to have. But all collections databases have it. So yeah, so it's just an extra denormalization of your data to leave it out. And they're
So
like,
I won't
you
worry
know,
about it so much.
I think so. You worry too much. Yeah, so you're not 90%, if not more, of the you know, of the taxa in collections databases are what we call nominal taxa. So we only know a name. We don't know anything about the circumscription of the taxa. You know, and at least half of the taxa in the world or in history have changed circumscription over the, you know, in the course of the history. So we don't actually know what to talk about. And those sort of nominal taxon concepts, we don't, TCS can't really handle them. We don't want them in TCS. And the Darwin Core taxon is really handed property, which is called taxon concept ID. So I think that's the best way to actually indicate that there's actually a taxon concept for that taxon. I think that you accidentally got right. So that's the. But things like synonymy and things, I shouldn't be doing that in Darwin Core.
It'll be good to do those control vocabularies. They've been kind of pending for so long, for taxon rank and now type of type as well. And
oh yeah, GBIF already has them. Most of them are pretty good, so we can just suck in.
Yeah.
I think there will be the most discussion will be about the nomenclatural status. One.
We could add nomenclatural code. I don't know if that was on your list or not.
Yeah, no, that was on the list.
Yeah.
Well, that will be pretty straightforward. As well, we can just adopt just have them as Tetrick vocabularies, just like establishment means and degree of establishment.
Yeah.
And the phylogeny to include it also came from the discussion we've had about the Darwin Core data package, because you had it in the Darwin Core data package.
Yeah.
First,
It's
then
sitting on the side now.
Yeah, but we agreed that it would be better for TCS maintenance group to deal with that than Darwin Core. Well, because the expertise should be here.
Thanks. Urmas? That's your pronounce.
Thank you.
Are you here?
Yes. Okay. Hello to everybody. I was a little bit late, so I have a question to you, Niels. Are you planning a workshop or session related to TCS topics in Oslo this fall?
I don't have a session.
All right.
But I'll be there.
Okay. Because I was thinking, I think also that taxon and taxa must be part of this concept schema in one or another way. So maybe in Oslo it is good opportunity actually to bring together those people who are interested and to have a small session or meeting on this and other related topics.
We can do at least an introductory, starting it up, and do something, online.
Okay.
Afterwards, I think. Well, there will be some people, but a lot of people who will be interested and have interesting things to say might not come to the Tetrick meeting.
All right. Okay.
Anymore.
Thank you.
So we can see who's there and have the initial discussion and discuss how we're going to do it.
Because I will be there, so for sure.
Me too. You saw that I mentioned the taxon hypotheses?
Yes, and we have been discussing and talking with Solapanki, Catalog of Life, and also with Joe Miller, taxon hypothesis issues, and we are working with some applications to find funding to develop practical tools for taxon hypothesis and connect them or map against taxonomic backbone of Catalog of Life, and perhaps also to develop specific services to publish them as checklists. So I think it's also interest for TCS actually, how we will capture those hypotheses, how we can compare them, and how they are related to primary data. Because primary data must be behind of every taxon. I think so, at least.
Oh yeah, well, I think so too. That's what, that's what taxa are, right? Yeah, we'll talk more in Oslo. Anybody else? Okay, maybe I just close off, then I go to my last. Oh, I should share first, right? Go to the last slide. So that's the get involved. So we'll have 3 monthly meetings, and yeah, I'll like them to be open meetings, open to anybody who is interested in coming, and yeah. So I'll probably announce them on Slack. So at the moment, we've got the TCS2 task group channel. I should probably make just TCS channel. So just keep your eyes, keep the lookout for that if you are interested in coming. But yeah, I'll make that, and yeah, the first one I'll post to the general channel as well, and then we'll go.
Hey Niels, we got 2 more questions.
Awesome.
Elspeth?
Right. So I think I've just got one of my questions answered looking at that slide. Because I was a bit lost trying to find the documentation. And I think it's mainly because I was in the TCS. So just to check where people like me who are kind of coming into this, where the best place is for us to get our heads around the documentation.
Okay, I'll share.
It looks like it might be TCS2 is where I should be
Oh,
going.
that's a GitHub repository. But I'll add it here.
Niels, what is the difference between TCS1 and TCS2? What is the difference?
The TCS1 is the XML schema. Yeah, so it's the original TCS. And we had as the working name of what we're doing, we called it TCS2 because it's the newer version. But yeah, TCS2 is TCS now, and what used to be TCS is now TCS1. So that is its own.
Hang on, I need to get my head around that.
Okay,
Just a second. Just a second.
That's
because now I'm so if I'm going into, so I really apologize for this, but I just wanted to dig into this a bit. And so if I go into the Tadwig standards, the TCS, the taxon concept schema, then
oh yeah, Were you late at the meeting? No, you were there from the beginning. I forgot to update the website. I still have to do that.
Yes, so that's the bit. So it's checking which, so what am I? So at the moment, before you update things, at the moment, we should be going into TCS2.
That's the
see the
GitHub
document.
repository, but at TCS it has its own website. You know, tcs.tedwick.org.
Can we retire that? Can we put some?
Well,
declare-
the
not get rid of it, but-
tcs.tedwick.org is the new site. We should
Okay.
don't retire that, but yeah,
Okay.
we have to talk about what to do with the TCS repository.
Okay.
It would be good if you could just merge them.
So that part probably up to you. We could archive it, right, pretty easily. But if and just put it read only.
I need to discuss that with the infrastructure group.
And we're about to go through all the Tedwick repositories. There are quite a few. So, but that's the thing is like we can't make decisions like that as sort of managing this stuff for you. I mean, there's just no way that we would never do that. And so, but anything that can be done to sort of try to.
I'll just send an email because we also have the TNC repository.
Yeah.
Which has a lot of old discussions. So yeah, we probably want to keep that so if we can archive that.
Yeah.
But
I'll
then,
email you. Okay.
Yeah, but then the TCS2 repository, that would be the running or the active repository. And
So if I've got this right.
I think it's probably best to keep calling it TCS2.
Cool. So we've got the tcs.tadwick.org, which is the current website, and the GitHub is the TCS2 GitHub.
Yes.
Cool. I can do that. That's great. I was just digging in, and I wasn't finding the I was going to old stuff, and I was confused. But that's great. Thank you very much.
I'll update the website.
And I'll send you an email about
will be clearer.
And I'll send you an email about the GitHub repository, sort of trying to finding solutions, sort of clean things up and move things around. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Just sort of trying to get things manageable.
It has been really messy. We had 3 different repositories, but the discussion around taxonomic stuff gets really, really messy.
Yeah.
So at some point we wanted to stop. We want to start with a nice, clean repository, and then I still made a mess of it. But I cleaned up.
I will say a story. One of the last public reviews of Darwin Core, there's this mile-long discussion about genus and plant botany. And I asked Niels, will you just summarize this for me? Like, like a paragraph or 2. And you did a magnificent job. I'm just like trying to explain what is all this? You know what I mean? I do meteorites, man. Like, and I do appreciate that. John, you have a question?
Yeah, for the future activity with Darwin Core, just thinking about it and your tri-annual meetings. If you want to do that work in the TCS meetings, I suggest sending a message to the maintenance group, the Darwin Core maintenance group list, to make sure people go to that. Otherwise, send a message to the maintenance group list saying that you want to do it in a Darwin Core meeting, either way, but just to make sure people come.
So that's just your GitHub repository?
Yeah.
An open issue.
Issues that we can solve without meetings, yeah, let's just do it in GitHub.
Yeah, okay. I'll put an issue in at will be next week. I'm going on leave for the next 6 days. Yeah, I'll just start a discussion in your Darwin Core.
Okay.
I'll open an issue for it. And
great.
Yeah, I don't know if you do discussions in the Darwin Core.
We haven't yet, no.
But yeah.
Should.
Well, you can elevate it or change an issue to a discussion. So I've done that sometimes. They get too long, and there wasn't a proposal anywhere in there. I thought, put them in a discussion because then they'll keep. But yeah, I'll open an issue for that. That will be good and get that going.
You have a question?
I have, and so I haven't followed the development of TCS closely for the last year. So I kind of like, I mean, this might be obvious, but I'm kind of wondering, the question goes to Niels or John or both of you. So if I use TCS and I want to attach a name to a specimen, and I'm thinking kind of like in the data package world, would I have like, I guess I would attach the taxon concept, but then would I have an intermediate link that could be called determination or so?
Identification.
And then have identification, okay. And then have your specimen there. That would be kind of like the chain.
Yeah, so Darwin Core the Darwin Core RRI namespace has a two taxon property on the identification. So that's the taxon concept is the object of that property.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Then I think I understand that.
TCS is sort of is to the Darwin Core taxon class what Darwin Core RRI is to the rest of Darwin Core.
John, that's your local file again.
Basically, so it's TCS has got a lot of Darwin Core terms, especially in the name, and it also has the RRI equivalents of some other Darwin Core terms. So all the terms that we discussed that have controlled vocabularies that are, Darwin Core has the literal term. TCS has got the RRI term.
Okay.
And then,
okay, I think
sure that the labels are the same, otherwise, other than the namespace.
Okay, I saw a couple of links put into the chat by John, and I will follow that. But your explanation kind of is pointing me in the right direction, so I have kind of like a place to sink in. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, always you can always open an issue in the GitHub repo,
Thanks.
and I'll probably move it to a discussion then, so that we keep our issues for the actual proposals to change things. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Nobody else? Okay, well, thanks very much for coming, everyone.
I want to say congratulations for your achievement, creating a new standard.
Thank you. Yeah. Ben, you can close the meeting if you want.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody for coming. And this will be on YouTube shortly. And thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.